Solo should be so low, it's not on the list.
Bro, I can't even keep... I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Solo is a no-no for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never even seen Solo. I'm just doing my best Redfall maker impersonation. Because whoever made that game is a bunch of monkeys. My goodness. Microsoft coming out. It's like, we apologize. We're sorry. We're sorry for this game.
We're sorry for sucking so bad.
Oh my goodness, Redfall, more like downfall. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dragon's Well. I am your professional roaster and your one of the hosts of the Dragon's Well, Sprites. I'm joined with me, my good buddy, my good pal, Maverick. How's it going, Maverick?
What's up, Sprites? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
So,
feeling good.
Feeling good. We got some good news today, and some. Well, it depends on which side of the console war you're on, but some not so good news today. But before we get started and all that, let's go ahead and I'll ask you guys one more time. If you're not following us on Twitter, please hop on and follow us. We are at Dragons W Gaming.
Yeah.
And I know some of you are following us. We started getting a little bit we're growing a little bit. So
yeah.
I grow every day.
Oh, you mean the podcast? Oh, yeah. That too, yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate all y'all's support. You know?
Absolutely.
So that we may have money in our pockets, so that we may be growing as well.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be awesome.
And belly-wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
It is what it is.
We spend so much time going through stuff like this. I mean, who has time to cook, right?
You know, listen, you're speaking volumes right now. You're piercing straight to the core of who I am. Also, I'll go ahead and say this as well. If you guys can, go ahead. I know this might be a little bit, excuse me, a little bit on the... it might be difficult to you. It might not. I don't think it should be too difficult. But if you guys can, all the listeners that are faithful and maybe you're a first time listener, if you can try to listen on Spotify, that would be. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, if you listen on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening from, we appreciate it all. But we know that when it comes to listening, specifically on Spotify, right, it tends to help just a little bit more.
Well, for those that don't know, we use Anchor. Well, it used to be Anchor. Now I think it's called Spotify for podcasters. And we are trying to grow our Spotify listeners so that we can get those numbers up. And I think they count a little bit, but we get more detailed information if you listen on Spotify. So we like to keep up and see who actually is listening and try to keep up with
well, and it's not like we're trying to be like Joe, it's not like we're trying to get a Joe Rogan podcast here. You know what I mean? It's not like we're trying to, but at the end of the day, it would be a tremendous blessing if we could, at the end of the day, we're doing this because we enjoy it. Right? Yeah. And we want to be able to give content that is family friendly. Not roast free, but family friendly.
Well, look, if we can get Rogan's numbers, and
that'd be tremendous.
We can preach the gospel to Rogan's numbers. I mean,
absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. No, amazing. I mean, listen, and so in that regard, yes. I mean, obviously, we would want that size of an audience, but the goal is not to make a living out of this, but if we can get just a little bit, and breaking the fourth wall. I know a lot of people don't, want to go into details, with finances and whatnot. Of course, we do this not expecting anything in return, but if there's just a little bitty thing that you can do to help, it goes a long way, and in that particular instance, it would be if you guys could just listen on Spotify. It's free. You don't have to have a membership or anything like that. You can just listen over there. And, if you guys can, I know many of y'all are going to be like, oh, we got to sit through ads. But, hey, that's the type of stuff that's going to help out.
Oh,
You endure 45 seconds of ads. It'll help out tremendously.
Yeah,
But, absolutely. Go out there and follow us. We really appreciate it. We enjoy each and every one of y'all's feedback as well. If y'all can leave something in the comment section on any of these things, we welcome it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
other than Overwatch, you been playing anything else this week?
I did a thing. I finally committed, and I got I got all of the, I guess, the premium for Switch. I don't even know what it's called. You can get all the emulators and things like that.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Plus.
Yeah, Expansion Plus. Yeah,
Path. Yeah. I don't remember.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Online 360 No Scope Plus edition.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing some. Listen, I found myself the other day. This is. I can't believe I did this. I found myself the other day not only playing Pokemon Stadium, but I was just scrolling through some of the games on the old Nintendo 64. What's available at this time for Switch. I found myself playing the Pokemon puzzle game. Have you ever done that?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Not only that, but y'all, I'm telling you, there was only one other guy in our Discord server at the time. I was hyped. It was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yeah, what's up, Brock? What's up, Brock? What's up? You can't stack it like I can. Like, what are you? And that dude's like, what are you doing, dude? I was like, yeah. I was like, they don't know the type of stacker I am, dude.
Well, see, now what you need to do is get the GBA app and play some Minish Cap.
See, well, I have the GBA app.
Yeah,
and so I've been checking it out too. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm still playing a lot of Pokemon Stadium right now, a lot. And dude, let me tell you, if there's ever an opening for Pokemon for like a new addition to Pokemon, like a Pokemon Stadium 3 that ever comes out for like, also that would be a great idea.
Yeah, maybe we get that this year with Switch. Maybe that's why they put Pokemon Stadium.
Don't get my hopes up here, Maverick.
Maybe that's why they put Pokemon Stadium on the.
You're putting me in the clouds right now, and you're gonna drop me. Because if that happens, I'm hitting up Pokemon Company, and I'm like, hey, I'll give them a ring. I'm like, hey, can I be the announcer? Because that announcer, the OG announcer, is so good. He is hilarious. He makes the game. When you hit something, he's like, oh, a powerful hit. I'm like, let's go. It's going to be like a Pidgey hidden like a worm. A powerful hit. I'm like, sir, I literally use Peck. Okay?
Yeah, right. Well, so you were telling me the other day that because I booted it up and I played. Of course, I lost my first match. I was like, I'm done with this for a little while until I finished. So Xenoblade came out.
Yeah.
And the DLC for Xenoblade 3, that Future Connected. And so I got that, and no schoolwork, no papers due, I'm living my best life right now.
Would you say that you're disconnected from the clock?
Yes I am.
The clock.
So with that, like Xenoblade, I've already I don't know, I think I have 12 hours in already.
But without spoilers, guys, it's insane. I literally haven't played any of them. I've just been watching some of his video, some of the cutscenes that he's been showing me, and it seems legit.
It's awesome. I really do think what I'm going to do is because I see a future with less Switch games coming out, and it's going to kind of give me a moment to catch up on my backlog. And I think really what I want to do is there's a few games that I would like to go back and play again, and Astral Chain being one of them.
Did you ever beat that one?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I think I 100%ed it.
Oh, man.
with Tears of the Kingdom coming out, I don't think I want to go back and replay Breath of the Wild. Right now. I probably would if it had a new game plus. I would.
Yeah.
But I think I may go back and replay all the Xenoblades and just run through the story and stream on Discord.
Yeah.
So everybody that's in our Discord channel,
that'd be sick.
Yeah, because I mean the story's so good, and I mean it
So
does,
are you speaking of the personal Discord, or like are you hoping to try to get the our Discord up?
probably the personal Discord right now.
Because that'd be pretty neat if we get like a following.
Oh,
make it and then do that.
Yeah,
But then again, in order to be able to stream, you have to have the ability to be able to actually have people in there. I guess you could just mute people.
Well, we got a few people in the so we do have a Dragonwell Discord channel that we're sort of working on. I've got a few people in it that I'm working on, making sure all the settings and everything's right. So hopefully when that gets finished,
Yeah, that wouldn't be that. It sounds like a good idea to like be able to have all of our listeners also be able to watch the stream with you, there in Discord. But it's just an awful idea from the perspective of like knowing that you're gonna have that many people still trying to talk while you're playing the game, and so you're like, dude, this is amazing, and you're gonna have this one dude in the background, hey guys.
Oh, no, you can cut out the voice. They can
you can mute it.
Yeah, I can just mute it. But what I was thinking was that maybe if we decided one day to do a Patreon account or something, our Patreon subscribers could get the Discord channel invite. So that might be something we might do. I don't know. We'll look into the future.
You can have tier lists on the Discord, like you're gonna have specific ones that they're invited to. So like ones that like we'll enter in sometime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so there's a lot of neat things you can do with Patreon and
we're gonna,
Discord.
We do have a Twitch channel that we really don't use, but I'm hoping to, now that I have the almighty Elon blessing my house with internet.
Elon be praised.
So I mean, with that, I'm hoping to live stream on Twitch a little bit, maybe. So
yeah, not really. Don't praise Elon.
Yeah, no,
praise
no. Praise Jesus.
Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Holy Elon. We worship your holy internet. The amount of sacrilege that's coming from
well, in all honesty, it does get a little holy sometimes because there's it's like
I like holy.
Bam! I mean, you're playing and all of a sudden it's like, wait, whoa, what happened? Yeah. Why is my Fortnite not updating?
Yeah, why am I spinning in circles? Yeah.
And I'll tell you that we're gonna go ahead and get into our next little news section, but so this really wasn't a topic for today, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways because I love Star Wars, and Fortnite is actually doing Star Wars right this time. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can get now in game. So there's a bunch of Stormtrooper from like the Clone Wars and stuff like that. You can get an Imperial Guard just for signing up for the
like a costume or like.
It's like a special event. Yeah. Oh. So it's a skin. Yeah. So it's a Fortnite.
So is that like a different game mode?
No, it's just. I mean, you just earn it through experience and stuff.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to that. They got they got Darth Maul, they got Anakin, they got Padme, and then there's multiple lightsabers in the game. I think somebody said that the blue one helped with stamina or something like that, and then the red one was more powerful than the others, and there were various other things, and so I'm looking. I love me some Star Wars.
Well, and so I'm not a super big buff on it, but I have played like SWTOR stuff like that before. Yeah. So, and I've also played both of the Knights of the Old Republic, 1 and 2. And so with Star Wars, and you might be able to, if you're a bigger buff, you might be able to correct me on this, but I'm fairly certain that like. I think not only are the Kyber crystals the colors of one representative of obviously you have a lot of the Jedi Guardians and things like that will wield most of the time like blue or green, right?
Yeah,
and then
or yellow
or
like old Mace purple.
Yeah,
we get the purple pink lightsaber, the magenta.
The one guy, which there's a cool thing about Mace too, where like Mace was like pretty close to kind of like very similar to like Qui-Gon Jinn. And that Qui-Gon Jinn is known as what we call a gray Jedi, right? Where it's like he knew how to tap into the dark side as well, right? And so it's like he can use kind of both, which made him an even more like he was able to use his emotion in battle, but not be overwhelmed by his emotion,
right.
Whereas the Sith, a lot of times that's where they fall short, And so and I could be completely wrong on this, but I think the crystals are kind of like symbolic of like the intent behind the user itself. So right? So like I think like blue normally tends to be somebody that is more like not peaceful, but somebody that normally tends to take more of a defensive approach to things.
I think the green was more for like wisdom because I think so. There was an episode of the Clone Wars where
I know the stances definitely do, because like Anakin used a stance that's like overly aggressive.
Right.
It's like a lot of overhead swings. And I forgot the name of it. I think it starts with S.
Well, I know that
listen, my older brother will know, and when he listens to this, he's gonna be like, "It's that thing."
Oh yeah, you're gonna get in trouble.
Oh no, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's not my problem.
Well, you know what
throw
I like?
Up the deuces. Not my problem.
I like SD Gundams. Yeah. How do you like that?
We're triggering someone else today. It ain't triggering sprites, man. You're triggering. Oh,
Trigging.
Welcome to Triggerology.
Well, and so moving on from that.
Yeah, not to get tied on Star Wars. Just a cool little niche thing.
Yeah, no, we may touch on Star Wars again.
Oh yeah, later. I do.
So yesterday was May the 4th. May the 4th be with all of you. And
Redfall.
my favorite.
They did not tap into the Force.
My favorite is Revenge of the 5th, which is the day we're actually recording this.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: poor Xbox, man. They just it seems like ever since the PS5 and the Series X came out,
been whooping Xbox man.
And PlayStation, even PlayStation though, they can't catch a break. Man, we got games like Forspoken, which is horrible, and then
Forspoken. You mean never spoken?
I mean, you would think that the developers for a lot of these games were. Did they mess up and think they were coding these for like Switch?
I have a theory on this. We're deep diving. Sitting up. I have a theory on this. I know y'all love my theories. Y'all listen up. All right, I'm using my country voice. Sometimes I feel like game developers are not gamers. Doesn't that seem like that sometimes?
Oh well, I mean that's the same thing as engineers.
Yeah, you're right. Right. But it's like, or like legislators, right? For instance, getting a little political, but. A lot of times it's like, laws are being passed that don't necessarily affect them as much, right? Because they're in the upper, echelon of individuals.
Yeah.
So it's to no issue of theirs. So yeah, but I don't have any substance to this theory whatsoever outside of just like, just watching how games have been developed, and there's few games that are really blooming into great games, right? That become amazing games, and to a degree, it has to be that way, right? Because if every game comes out that is amazing, then amazing is no longer a thing, right? Then it's just average.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, there is this understanding that it seems like games that are really excelling. A lot of them just tend to be games that are already of existing universes.
Yeah, right.
We keep going back and forth. I'm not going to go back to movies and whatnot because we do that often. But
yeah.
I mean, they're one and the same in a lot of ways. Games, movies, anime, shows in general. All of these things follow the same idea that originality is needful and wanted, but it's lacking today. right? Original, and I speak from complete ignorance, and when it comes to like game development,
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean,
and even
I would agree with that.
storytelling, but it doesn't. It seems as though original games, right? Unique, and we're not talking about like not having the same. Not having similar storylines or similar character designs or anything like that, but unique, original games are lacking today.
Well, and that's the thing, when
Good unique games.
right. Well, when they announced Redfall, and I mean, again, I'm as some of you listeners know, I had my Xbox has been shelved. I don't really play my Xbox a whole lot. I do keep up with the news on some of the games and stuff. And I saw this Redfall game, and man, it looked really cool. It looked like a first-person shooter, vampire type game, kind of right up my alley. And I saw it was on Game Pass. One of our buddies talked about it in Discord, and I can only imagine that when he booted it up,
they booted it back down.
if it even loaded, I wonder if
goodness.
he was just extremely disappointed or if he sucked it up.
I wonder if he actually liked it.
I don't know, maybe.
Because he does have awful taste. Boom, roasted.
Well,
and it begins.
Well, he's friends with us.
Hey,
Get the skillet.
I'm blind. Skillet. Hey, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes blessing goes to those that are even. He's gonna stop listening, man.
He's gonna quit.
He ain't never gonna play Overwatch with us again. No, guys, you guys are mean to me.
He'll get over it.
I'm telling my mama on you.
Oh, now he's really going to want to be on the podcast.
We're just bullying this guy. Hey, I'm telling you, we're breaking the internet when that podcast comes out.
Oh, for sure.
When that episode comes out, listen, we're not like no news is being broadcast that day. It's literally just going to be a knockout drag out. It's just going to be roast versus roast. Roast versus roast.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Get your crock pots ready. Now that we done, how are we getting worse at this?
I don't know. We hadn't done this for 2 weeks, so I mean, and I'll go ahead and apologize for that. That we fight all the time about whose fault it is because we hadn't put out a podcast. I had a bunch of papers and stuff due, final stuff, and graduation is tomorrow, and so
hey,
I'm excited.
Let's go
to get this chapter finished.
What a blessing.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It all goes back to if you're going to sell a $60, $70 game, or if you're going to give it away for free on Game Pass, let it be a final product.
Have some pride in your work.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but that irks me a little bit.
Well, and so this is what Phil Spencer says. He says, and I'm quoting this from. What am I quoting this from? I think it's a Nintendo Life or something. There's nothing that's more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community. I've been a part of it for a long time. I've obviously worked with Xbox head of business, have a lot of friends, a lot of feedback, and just kind of watch the community lose confidence, be disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm upset with myself. I mean, at least they acknowledge the fact that they screwed up. At least they acknowledge the fact that, and sometimes I feel like, it's like with life. Sometimes you got to be kicked in the teeth before...
Absolutely.
You realize that...
To play a little devil's advocate here, because I do agree with you on all these points, 100%. I'm a little remiss, though, when I think about this, and I'm like, you're talking about getting kicked in the teeth, and I agree with you. Sometimes you do, to give you that wake-up call. But the reality is the PlayStation 5 whooping you left and right, not giving you that wake up call enough?
Well, see, but that's the thing. I don't think it really is, because I mean, there's not a whole lot of games out there for PS5 that people are, like Forspoken came out, everybody grabbed, a lot of people grabbed it, nobody liked it. Hogwarts Legacy, it came out on multiple consoles. Which we just got news that it is no longer going to be a Switch title. Apparently, the programmers have decided that it's not.
Wasn't it like announced on Switch first? Wasn't that like one of the very first things?
No, it was announced when they announced PlayStation, Xbox.
Okay, so all together.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a multi-platform, and
it was just too difficult to try to.
Well, I mean, I have it on PS5. It runs great on PS5. There is a performance mode and a graphics mode. Mm-hmm. I did run it on performance mode because graphics mode didn't have a problem running. It just dot blocking was a problem, like spell blocking.
Yeah.
And I say problem. It wasn't a problem. It just. It didn't feel as fluid. The frames per second were dropped.
Yeah, it was a little difficult.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 30 FPS or something like that.
Okay. But no, I mean, and that's absolutely fine. I just think, I definitely think at least PlayStation 5, I don't know if you would agree with this, they might not be whooping them, but I would say that PlayStation 5 is beating the new Xbox.
I'd agree with that. I mean, with the Xbox 360, it blew the PS3 out of the water. I mean,
it's arguably. I mean, it's up there for one of the best consoles ever made. And it was just the games, the time of everything. Yeah. Like, it just really kind of revolutionized the way that you play online gaming. Too.
And I think the Xbox
really.
The
awesome.
Xbox One started strong. I mean, they had all their heavy hitters come out. Halo came out, and which. Fans didn't like, and to a certain degree didn't like. And then you had, Gears of War, which, I mean, they changed the series after the trilogy. 4 was different, and then they changed, and then 5. I really don't even remember hearing good or bad from 5. It's just kind of like it came out, and then there was
even Gears of War, like some of the online gameplay was pretty popular for a while.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like there was a lot of these games that there wasn't just like a game that they like hung their hat on.
Yeah,
there was a lot of games that a lot of people were playing.
Yeah,
and really really enjoying. And so I definitely think that's an issue with just consoles in general right now. There's just a lack of games that a lot of people are wanting to play.
Yeah.
You really only have like a few. But but no, in this particular instance, I would be so like it's I wouldn't say it's, and I don't know how this is. I think it's like when you get to talking about DEF CON, right? Is DEF CON 5 is the worst, or is it DEF CON 1? Does it go right? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's.
We're just gonna assume that it's DEF CON 5, right? DEF CON 5 is the worst, right? For this analogy. I don't know if I would say it's DEF CON 5 for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right before this drops. Right before this drops. I wouldn't say it's DEF CON 5, but I would definitely say you're not at a 1. Well, I would say you don't have the luxury of dropping the ball right now.
Yeah.
You gotta pump out something that needs to be that needs to bump your sales. That need to really stand out and show that you're still a competitor.
Well, in
this thing, in this market,
and I think Xbox does have Game Pass, and the Xbox Game Pass is so much better than PlayStation's, online. Now they did make it better, but it's more expensive. I mean, and they do have more like classic games and things on the PlayStation side of it. Mm-hmm. They do have their PlayStation exclusives, things like that. But what's really hurting Microsoft right now is they're trying to accumulate all of this stuff. They got PlayStation fans are worried because new Elder Scrolls is it going to only come to because Xbox acquired Bethesda.
Oh, that's right.
So, I mean,
I don't know.
Bethesda is Doom, Elder Scrolls. I mean, all these franchises.
Bethesda's big.
Is it going to?
Now, Bethesda's been kind of shooting itself in the foot too.
Well,
with
I mean, there's
with some stuff recently, but no, I mean,
but I mean, so we also heard that the CMA, for those that don't know, that's the Competition and Markets Authority. They have actually blocked. They have officially blocked the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal, which is another hit towards Xbox because
that's big. Yeah,
Xbox was fixing to grab up, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
and
Blizzard's huge. I mean,
oh yeah. Overwatch,
Overwatch, all these different things.
Now,
it wouldn't be about WoW, but
well, I mean, the thing is, I don't see them doing anything with Overwatch, but I mean, could I see Call of Duty being console exclusive for a little while and then dropping on PS5? Of course. I mean, they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot by not releasing it on PlayStation.
Well, either way, it's a win-win, right? Because if you try to withhold Call of Duty from PlayStation 5, you're going to get one of two reactions. You're either going to get what you want, and that's people buying your Xbox console.
Yeah.
To get it, right? Or you're going to have backlash and people get upset that you're being stingy with the game. Right? And so that's one approach you can go, or you can just accept the fact that you need to continue to sell this on both consoles, and it's still going to benefit you because it's still from your, it's still your game.
Right.
Right. So either way, it's a win-win if they accumulate it, right? Because it's so. And listen, gamers are the same. We're all the same. Even though we like to debate about it, and we're saying, "Oh, I can't believe you played that game." Listen, we all have our own little niche games that we love to play. Our own games that, like, irrationally we will follow to the depths of the ends of the earth.
Oh yeah, that's like Mega Man Battle Network. I mean, it was so far away from the Mega Man formula.
Yeah,
but I've already sung 10, 20, 30, 40, probably about 45 hours in the Mega Man Battle Network. I mean,
and so like for me, I played a lot of GBA growing up because that was one of the only consoles I had for a long time was just I just had Game Boy because it was the most affordable, right?
Yeah, right.
And so I was a little kid,
now.
so yeah, exactly. Which is I think why why Nintendo's doing so well too. But but no, so even doing that, I never played Mega Man Battle Network.
Right.
And I was a big fan of the GBA. I spent a lot, probably I was like close to the most amount of my gameplay hours ever was probably close to on GBA.
Well, I mean, I had more Game Boy games for, original Game Boy Advance. When I finally got one of those. I mean, I still have them. I probably had more games for that than I did for like my NES or I remember my Super Nintendo. We had a bunch of games, but not what like my collection for Switch now. Which I mean, I'm buying those myself now, so that's
True.
I tell you what, though, and I hope it does. To kind of finish this subject up, I really hope that this is a wake up call for Microsoft because
I do too.
In order for PlayStation to grow, in order for Nintendo to grow, there has to be healthy competition. If there's not competition, nobody grows. They just stay in the same old, and that's one of the things like with the Hogwarts Legacy thing. If I think we're going to start seeing where games are coming to Switch less and less. I mean, we kind of see that already. They do have an okay lineup for 2023, but for the most part, it is getting it's falling, man. And but where Nintendo's surpassing is this next little topic. The Mario movie surpasses 1 billion. That was last weekend.
Wild.
They surpassed. So I mean, you look at, obviously Avatar, Avengers Endgame, and apparently Avatar: The Way of the Water were like the top 3 lifetime grossing movies of all time. And
really, I didn't know the other Avatar did so well.
Yeah, apparently it did.
Man,
it did $2 billion. So it
despite being like 13 years later.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think the Mario movie is already ranked like one of the top
That's awesome.
animated movies, and with that, like I said, we didn't get to talk about this last week because we took a week break, so I could finish some school stuff. But there was a Japanese outlet that talked to Miyamoto, and he spoke about the possibilities of Nintendo and movies and animation and things, being a long running deal, and he said
the NCU.
Yeah, and so the translation's a little off. Google Translate it. It's all right. But it says, he says, Miyamoto says Nintendo's like a talent agency. And so got plenty of entertainers.
Eggs in a lot of baskets.
Yeah, but what they've talked about is, there's, like we've been saying, Nintendo and Illumination have a great partnership now, and I mean, you talk about Donkey Kong movie, Seth Rogen did a great job in the Mario movie. I don't think
did he do a good job?
He really did. I mean, it was. And the two. I think he did that twice. The two times he did that in the movie were like perfect. And at first I was like, please don't laugh. Yeah. But when he did, it was great. I mean, it set it up perfect. And
says laugh, man.
I mean, and so even like Charlie Day's Luigi.
I was expecting him to actually do really well.
Charlie Day's Luigi easily could do a Luigi's Mansion.
Really?
Easily could pull off a Luigi's Mansion. And the way they did Luigi in the movie, I mean, they set it up so that he very well could do a Luigi's Mansion. But of course we had Legend of Zelda.
Kirby.
But one that I didn't think about, Kirby, Star Fox. Star Fox would be really cool.
Kirby's already technically it's already a show.
Right.
So Star Fox, yeah. I mean, obviously you got Pokemon, but it's like now what do you do?
Well, and that's the thing. I did hear that they were working on the Detective Pikachu 2.
I haven't seen the first one.
Really? Do you know that
I didn't want to ruin Pokemon for me?
No, they did a really good job. I mean, so yes, Ryan Reynolds does voice Pikachu, but there's a reason for that, and that reason does come out, in the movie, and so there was a purpose for that, but. Like they're when he gets on, I think he's on a bus.
I saw what they did to my boy Ludicolo, and I just couldn't do.
Look,
it hurt me.
They really did a good job though, and so much so that the Pokemon Company came in and they made them change a few things that they didn't like. Some of them they made were a little creepier than what they expected. They wanted them to be more like Lickitung. So Lickiting's in it. And they made them redo him a couple of times because it was too weird looking. So, because I mean,
what are you talking about? His tongue's just out.
Yeah. So they made him redo. But
tonguing around. You
need to watch it. It was pretty good. Now there again, it's like the Sonic movie. The humans.
Yeah.
You need humans in Pokemon. Yeah. You don't need them in Sonic, but you need the humans in Pokemon.
Yeah. Forget them in Sonic.
But they could have done a little bit better of a job finding some actors. I think of course most of their budget went in the CGI, but but it was a good show. I mean,
get some better actors in there. And
would I say that it was better than the Mario movie was by far? So much more.
I mean, but then again, you got the actors, right? I mean, you got those. You got skilled, trained, and no shot at I've never seen the movie, so I don't know, but no shot at them. Just
I mean, Ryan Reynolds was a really funny Pikachu.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got Ryan Reynolds that's just hilarious in general. Yeah. Maybe not the cleanest, but I mean, it is just genuinely a good actor. It was nice to see him
actually, do a clean, a clean voiceover. All right. So this game comes out of nowhere. They showed some footage of it, and then they had a trailer a while back. And I think that's what I showed you earlier was the trailer. They actually had gameplay footage of somebody playing it from Lego, the Lego 2K Drive.
guys, listen. Take it from me. I like the Lego games. Don't get me wrong; they're extremely fun.
I love
and
the Lego games.
They're one of those just like you put them in or you turn them on, and you really just chill.
Yeah,
right? You're just chilling. They're vibe games.
Oh,
you know what I mean? This is. It looks to be. I mean, it's a vibe. It looks to be a vibe game.
Oh, yeah.
It looks to be just like a, with some competition, but it looks legit.
Oh yeah, with some shifting when like
Like-
that. And I will say when I watched the gameplay footage, there were a couple times where I thought, did that just glitch? Because as the vehicle, so for those that hadn't seen it, as the vehicle, as your Ferrari or whatever you're driving slides into the water, the vehicle actually shifts into a boat.
Yeah, like transforms.
Yeah,
The
very
little
Lego
Lego
like,
pieces like assemble into.
Yeah, think about the Lego movie. You know, when the
But a lot of it tends to be trying to be like seamless at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're still moving forward.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like you're just like stopping and then it transforms. It's like
Right.
you're still going forward. It's just transforming as you're going.
Well, and I didn't have the audio on. Maybe that was a portion of like maybe they were doing some kind of like tutorial type thing, and maybe he was fixing to have to hit a button or something. But man, after those one or two times that I saw it glitch a little bit, it was smooth, it was flawless. I mean,
It looks good.
The dude hits this ramp coming out of the water with a boat, and he's headed towards like a dirt track. Well, his boat turns into a four-wheeler, and he takes off on his four-wheeler, and he's drifting on his four-wheeler, and he slides onto the pavement, onto the road, and it turns into a Ferrari. It takes off. Man,
That's
this is
wild.
so awesome.
That's cool.
So yeah, that may be
Yeah.
that may be one I have to pick up.
Dude, Lego's on another one. They're on another level sometimes.
And I'll
with their
say,
ingenuity.
well, and the thing is like it. I am curious to see how it plays on Switch. I know my kid showed interest. I told him the other day that we were going to probably buy it on PS5 just because of how it was going to probably look better on PS5. And my oldest was like, "Well, I'm just going to take my money and buy it on Switch." I was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do." He's like, "Well, even if it doesn't look as good, I can take it and play it wherever I want." I'm like, "Well, I mean, that's the grand thing about the Switch, and that's why we spend more time. I know, I do. I spend way more time on my Switch than."
See, that's such a different way that I've experienced Switch, which I think is interesting, but it's just such a different way that I've experienced it because, right now, like, so for those who don't know, I have kids as well, but both of my kids are still pretty young. Yeah. And I have one that's 3 and one that's not even a year old yet. And so neither one of them are really playing. Like, so my daughter has a tablet that she plays on, and so she's getting fairly good at being able to do that, but she's not on it all too much.
Right.
I mean, she wants to be busy and needs to be busy. So, when it comes to playing Switch, I only have like 3 or 4 games physically. Right? All my games are like on my account, like I bought them online. And I know that it's probably not it's the most convenient way for me now.
I think for anybody, that's the convenient way to do it. Because, I mean, the thing at the end of the day, let's say we go to Japan.
Yeah.
Which, you want to help. We'd be all for it.
Go ahead and follow at Dragon W Gaming.
We'll send you the GoFund to.
Yeah. We'll send you pictures.
Yeah, the GoFund to Japan.
Maybe
we'll create a TikTok
with the peace signs up, giant Pikachu in the background like it's Disneyland.
Yes.
Pika. Just chilling.
So
we out here.
We get out. We go to the gaming anime shops and stuff, and hit up the ramen. I would go for the ramen.
Ramen.
Yeah. Tasty.
Dude. Yeah.
Tasty. Red Goku.
Dude. RP.
For the win until not for the win.
Win to the... Hey, it was a job well done.
Job well done.
So, I know this is completely off topic.
Ren Goku going out like Redfall.
This is... So... It's way, like, I'm talking about, like, not even in the same ballpark, right? But I gotta admit something, and I think this is going to be. I was a little nervous coming in here today doing this podcast because I thought that for those who don't know, so, and I don't know if you want me to disclose this. I don't think you really care about, so Maverick is kind of like over a lot of, like the integral part of, or over the technology here at our work.
Yeah.
And so, he sees what everybody looks up, right?
Yeah, right.
Today, I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm going to get flagged, because I rarely look up anything, right? But I was concerned because I'm like, I'm going to get flagged. I was like, but I really needed to show one of my coworkers something. And so I typed in gigantic, scary sea monsters. I was like, I'm going to get flagged for some random reason. And the reason for that, and so I just gotta ask you, right? And we can make it kind of like a little segment, right?
Yeah,
Getting to know us more,
right? Okay.
I was talking to one of our coworkers today, and I was like, "Hey," I don't know if this is, I don't know about you, but I have an irrational fear, right? An irrational fear. I was like, and one of the irrational fears that I have. I was like, is fearing not the sea creatures that we already know.
Yeah, right.
I was like, but the creatures that we don't know.
Yeah,
like and so I'm scared of the ocean, not because of what the ocean is, right, but because it's rare, it's not discovered too much, right. And what could be in there? Well, I mean, I was I'm not fixing to get swallowed up by no kraken, right? I don't care about a shark. I'll punch a shark in the mouth. All right, probably not. That's a big. Listen, I'm flexing to not flex. Okay, I ain't punching no shark, but I'm not scared of a shark. Like I'm not worried about a shark.
Well, I mean,
kraken's not gonna get me though.
The thing, you ain't going out that deep, huh?
No, I ain't. No. Mm-mm.
So
call me a sissy all you want. Hey, I'll be a sissy, right? Hey, you could be like, well, there's these 12-year-olds.
So like a deep sea fishing trip would be out, huh?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I ain't going deep nowhere.
Hey, look, I did that one time, and we had a blast. And so this is a funny story. So we're out in the water. And my dad took us, and it was my brother and my sister and my dad and I, and of course the captain of the boat. So he takes us out to an old drilling rig platform that's out there. He's like, "This is the best place to catch snapper,"
Nice.
So he's helping us cast.
They're debilitated by the oil.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. They can't see very well.
What is that?
Yeah. What is that? What's that in my mouth? And they still don't know. They kind of just like
kind of taste a little oily.
Limp up into the boat. So, I was going to say, I think I caught one or two or something. I don't remember. My brother caught one or two. And so my sister had been trying to catch one, right? And she casts out, and she gets one, and she's reeling the thing in, man. And she's little at the time, and so it's got the little holders on the side of the boat. He throws it in that, and he's helping her. And so Dad's helping her, the captain's sitting there, and he's helping her. She gets all the way up to the top of the water, man. And she's almost got this thing in. Yeah. It gets off the hook. Goes in. Oh, no. Before I even know what happens, I see a splash in the water. And I'm like, what was that? And I look back. The captain is gone.
What?
He dove in the water and got this fish for her.
What in the Aquaman? You're Jason Momoa?
No. No,
don't be lying. Don't be lying.
He didn't have no blocky head. Like, what's Steve?
I'm about to go Super Saiyan. You know when Krillin went kapoof? Hey, lightning striking in the background. Everything about to get dark in here. What?
But he did. I mean, he got
That's crazy.
He throws it back up in the boat, and he gets back in, and I'm like,
I ain't getting there.
I wouldn't have done that because we'd been fishing for a while, and I'm thinking there's got to be a shark or something out there, and I've seen Jaws. I don't need to I don't need to experience that for real.
Yeah, listen. Once again, my thing is not even like a big shark, right? Like people talk about the megalodon. I'm like, it's scary. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I'm scared of like the random thing that'll just like literally swallow you whole.
Yeah,
like that nobody knows about. And maybe it's like also, you know, you read in like the book of Daniel, right? It talks about the Leviathan. Right, this giant sea creature, right? And I'm also, for those who don't know, I'm also a big fan of D&D, right? I play D&D a good bit, and that's one of the legendary creatures that you can fight.
I hear y'all need to finish this.
Oh, absolutely! At somebody listening right now, if we can, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, because I
we literally got to the second final boss. We have like two from one of her. We have like two, like final, or we have two boss fights left.
Yeah.
Right. If we live this one, obviously,
so,
we'll have
I would like to kind of get into it, and I've been waiting, and you know, my first thing was I want to at least wait till I'm out of school, till I've graduated. Well, you know what? That's tomorrow. So
you know what I've just realized about myself?
Actually, by the time this comes out, I will have already graduated because
I'm having like an epiphany moment right now, like a light bulb.
Yeah,
you ready for this?
Mm-hmm, I'm ready.
I like small people.
We go. So you bringing back your Final Fantasy 14 character? You squish, squish, squish.
I like small people.
Oh, we're getting canceled.
Listen. Yeah, we're getting canceled. No, we appreciate small people here.
We do.
If you're a small person, stand on your stool and click the like. Now we're getting canceled. No. But here's why. So first off, yeah, I don't know why. I just like gravitate towards them like in a game. I think it's just comical.
It's
like the. I'm not helping my case. Oh man!
For once in my life, I'm speechless.
Like small people. So, anyways, yeah. So, Final Fantasy 14, I made a small character, right?
Right.
But now thinking about talking about D&D a little bit, and then we'll get back on the topic that wasn't on topic.
Yeah, right.
But in D&D, I play a dwarf.
Yeah.
Named Tidrin. And so I think it started there. Actually, no, it started back when I first tried to play WoW for the very first time whenever I was like a kid.
Yeah.
I was like a teenager trying to play WoW. And it started as a gnome. So
I mean that's where I got my start. I did, of course I did the undead mage first.
Yeah.
I think his name was like Fret or something like that.
Fear me,
Fret.
my darling.
Oh no, he couldn't talk. He didn't have a jaw.
Oh, yeah.
He's just kind of like
got his feeding tube in. Got his side feed.
But no, and then
drinking that mana.
My wife wanted to play I think it was a Draenei or something. So I had to switch over to the Alliance for a little bit, and so I was like, well, let me try gnome. Of all the characters, I went with the gnome, and then we realized that it was probably not best for two mages to run around together and try to quest. Yeah. Because this was still back when WoW was difficult.
Yeah.
And so
you had to compete for loot, right?
Yeah, right.
So now you guys are having to figure out who gets this awesome weapon that both y'all can use.
And then so I thought, well, okay. Yeah. Let's go paladin because I could heal, I can tank, I can DPS.
You went
I went to Pally. And then
for a gnome?
Of all the no, gnomes can't be pallies.
Oh really?
No.
Dude, missed opportunity.
It was Bedros though. Bedros for the win.
Bedros,
my dwarf.
Hey,
Pally.
Dwarf Pally. We're growing a little bit. We went a little bit.
Hey, and I did. So I downloaded WoW again. We were working on getting her account back because we forgot email address or something, and so we're working on getting her account back, and we've actually talked about starting it up again now that the Switch seems to be like kind of not phasing out, but less and less games coming to it or whatever. I'll have more time for an MMO.
Yeah,
and I'm really thinking about maybe getting back into WoW, and so I noticed that they have a whole new like character selection stuff. I mean, it's all brand new.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed was now we don't just have gnomes; we have mecha gnomes.
Mecha gnomes, yeah.
Yeah. You talk about a gnome that could jump like LeBron.
Gnome James.
That's what his name's going to be. Gnome James. Yeah.
Well, we can do better. We can do better.
Oh yeah.
Gabron.
Steph Nurry.
Gabron James.
Gabron. That's
here comes it. Oh, the dreaded Gabron James.
Well, and somebody hit me up the other day, and it was your brother that hit me up about wanting to play WoW with him, and
the hardcore thing.
This hardcore thing, and
seems pretty neat.
I know, like how much you like to play games that punish yourself.
Listen.
We may have to pick WoW up, and
I do. I don't know why either.
Well, it's like I can't go a paladin because
listen, my ears don't move until you say, "Yeah, they're adding a new super hard mode." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, like that Beyblade game.
Oh yeah,
starts out on 10.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no instruction on how to do anything.
Literally nothing. You have to lose like 8 times before it tells you, "Hey, you click the A button to do this thing." I'm like, dude, that would be awesome. Maybe like at the very beginning of the video
before
game.
You leveled up 25 times.
Yeah. Before the enemy gets better, and you steadily just breaking bays and
so
wallowing in sadness.
Kind of moving towards something that's a
little applicable to what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, so a little bit of strategy, a little bit of Advance Wars did come out. It's got a lot of positive feedback on it. I will say I picked it up on GBA. I actually started playing it a little bit. Man, I like the sprites a little bit better in the GBA version.
That's right, you do.
Yeah, I like them. Something very satisfying about shooting a bunch of pixelated army men.
Dude, it looks satisfying.
I mean, it really is. It's fun, and I've sunk more time in it than I thought I would, and so it's actually got me wanting to probably, after I replay a couple things, I may pick Advance Wars up and give it a shot. I know it was, I think it was last week. It was. Number 3 of the week for games. Dead Island 2, Minecraft Legends, and then Advance Wars. And of course, Mario Kart, FIFA is way up there. I think it's 5. What blew my mind was Super Mario Odyssey, still like number 6.
Dude, it's so wild to me.
And then, it was Super Mario Odyssey still bigger than Resident Evil 4 Remake, And God of War,
crazy.
which came out, So, and I'll say that the top 20 games, 90% of this list is
it's a solid
Nintendo.
list looking at it.
It's Nintendo.
Yeah. It's a solid list.
Go Nintendo, I would say if you're a fan of like Fire Emblem or strategic based games, it does take a little bit to get through a battle. But the cool thing is you can save in the middle of the battle, so you can save. You can put.
You talking about the Advance Wars?
Advance Wars, yeah.
So is it? Would you say it's longer, like the new Advance Wars? Would you say the typical or the average match or mission takes longer than the GBA one?
No, I feel like probably the Switch might take a little less time, maybe.
Okay.
Only because I think they added a feature where you can hold ZR, ZL, and it actually speed up the battle animation.
Because with like Fire Emblem, those matches take a long time.
Oh yeah,
they take a long time because you have so many different variables. You know, you got the weapon changes, and even back on the DS, I remember like really there was like maybe like 20 missions in total, but you could sit there and you could play it, and one of your hey, going back to me loving difficult things, there was an option on there. I think there is one on the newer ones. Because I didn't play Three Houses.
Is that where your characters die?
Your characters die, they stay dead?
Yeah.
Guess who played that?
Well, so that was the original. Fire Emblem was like that. The original was like that. And then they gave you the option to downplay it. So that you could... people weren't getting frustrated. I mean, like, could you imagine Marth dying like, halfway through the game and you, like, Marth's gone for good? Yeah, I mean, that does kind of, like... I know there was the way that they balanced that, at least in, like, Birthright, which is the one I played. Yeah. In order to balance that, if the main character died, obviously you're dead. Yeah, you had to restart that mission. Yeah, and so special conditions. There's a few of them. Yeah, like if they're like integral to the story. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So, man, it's kind of got me wanting to play. Get you back into Fire. Kind of makes me want to play a game that doesn't require me to have like a lot of, mechanics. Actually uses noggin. I mean, I love Advanced Wars, man. It's fun. It looks good. I just started playing it, and I'm sold. And a package deal, $60 for an old game, but $60 for two games. I mean, that's $30 a piece. There's enough content. Plus, you can play online. You can create your own maps. I mean, that's cool. That's neat. As long as it plays better than like you're gonna have Smash sometimes. Oh man, you're gonna have those guys that are like cracked, like like insanely good. Oh yeah, and they're just gonna completely dominate you. Yeah. But we got one more game, and for those that like to torture themselves with extremely difficult games, I know there's where my brothers at? And my sisters. Look. Yeah, punishment. Armored Core. Now, Tears is what I'm going to stream. Armored Core 6 is finally coming out. Where's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? I don't remember any of those. Oh, yeah, man, they were hard. I picked them up after... I picked one up one time. It was right after I had gotten into Gundam. And I thought, these are mech games, I'm going to like this. It's kind of like Gundam. I played that, man. I turned it off. Really? It was rough. The Armored Core has always been extremely difficult. And I don't know if the creator of this one has created the rest of them, but I can tell you that this game comes straight from Software. And, for those that know From Software... the creators of Elden Ring and the Souls games, Armored Core is going to be an extremely difficult, it'll be fun, but an extremely difficult game. Dude, they look sick. I'm still having a difficult time remembering any of these, just kind of scrolling through here, looking at some of these. And I want to say, obviously, I want to say that I've seen these in like... back in the day when you used to go and check out, actually look at like games and like Game Exchange or GameStop or something, and just rummage through, But none of these have ever really rang a bell. But it does. It looks. I'm a sucker for mechs. I love mechs. So like anything Gundam. And then some. Like I really, really enjoy, mechs in general. I think it's a cool concept. Well, and that's the thing. I do too. I absolutely love anything mech related, and they're fun. SD Gundam. Yeah. SD. Yeah, no, but the only redeeming factor of Gundam. Something about triggering you and your brother brings me great joy. Dude, I'm telling you. Well, I think it's because of the simplicity of it. Maybe. Yeah. I think it's because it is a very easy thing to do. So. Well, I can tell you this. I'm so excited. I don't know if I will get... don't know if I'll get this game, but I'll at least watch people live stream
It looks cool. It's guys. If you like mechs, check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
Check it out. You got the money to spend on it. Yeah, I mean, just take a look at it. I mean, here's another thing that you have that you don't really have, that you don't really get the option to be able to do in times past. Is and I know it's been like this for several years now.
Yeah,
but with this generation of gamers. In the previous generation, we have the ability now to, I mean, you literally, if you have a little bit of like an inkling of patience, if there's something that you are, concerned about buying, wait. Somebody will play it. Watch it for like an hour, maybe.
Watch it on Twitch because
and really evaluate and be like, you know what, this is something that I like. This is something that's fun. Let me tell you, the vast majority of the games that like, whenever I go through these like spurts and whatnot, a lot of the times it just has to do with like watching something on Twitch or watching something. A lot of times it's just something on YouTube or like a content creator is doing a let's play or just like barely touch the game and just kind of looking at it. And then I end up watching it and I'm like, dude, this is awesome.
This is an awesome game.
Or this is one of those, it's just that week where I'm like, I'm going to play this game.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So, if that's you with Armored Core or anything else, guys, one of my greatest, gaming, I guess, advice that I can give you is just sit on it. Look at it for a little bit, unless you just absolutely, right? I mean, we got like 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Till Zelda comes out. So
no, we got less than that.
We got how
7.
We have 7
Today's
days.
Friday.
Oh yeah,
we got a week.
It's coming next
week.
Next Friday, right?
Yeah.
Man.
So,
but I mean, listen, like that's the type of game that you more than likely that you're going to get.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, if you're a hardcore Nintendo fan, if you love Legend of Zelda, you're most likely your mind's already made up. Just go get it.
And that kind of brings me back to that point that I was making earlier about all gamers are the same in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah,
First off, obviously we're all the same in that we like to play video games, right?
Yeah,
But there's a deeper thing that connects all of us, right? And one of those is we have our niche desire to play this specific game,
right.
And so for instance, Pokemon fans, and I know we use Pokemon a lot, that's because it's one of my favorite games, and so I speak as a fan here. We don't care what kind of garbage you're about to lay in front of us. Like we do, and we'll argue and we'll gripe about it. We're still going to buy it,
unless it's cafe mix.
I tried it. I downloaded it.
Oh yeah, it was free. So I
downloaded it. I tried it for a little bit. I got a Dragonite. It's like, let's go! And he's in a little baker set. I was like, we cooking in the kitchen now, boy.
Yeah, but could you that'd be really neat if you could transfer that skin over to
oh my,
Unite.
There is one. Yeah, I think there is.
Oh yeah, the bacon.
I think there is a baker's one. But, he's like, I'm cooking in the kitchen. And then he takes the hat off and puts on the mailbag.
Oh, yeah.
From the OG movie. Hey, Dragonite's like got to be one of my favorites. Outside of my troll pick and Ludicolo, because Ludicolo is the best ever.
Ludicolo.
But anyways, happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I told you it was Revenge of the Sith, not...
Yeah. Revenge of the
Fifth. Yeah, Revenge of the Fifth.
Yeah. Revenge of the Cinco.
Well, okay, so going back to Revenge of the Fifth.
Yeah.
So we have talked. So again, you'll hear us talk about Discord a lot. We are part of a Sprites and his brother and a few guys that he knows. We got
a lot in there.
Yeah, they have a.
There's like 20 people in that server.
They have a completely different Discord. It's separate from DWG and while we're still building on that, we get together. It's a bunch of guys and. It's usually just the 4, like 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, I think the highest we've ever gotten in there were It's about 10.
Yeah.
10 in, but you get 10 people in a server. You're
talking over each other.
Yeah, it becomes a big convoluted mess. I mean,
it's like that just with two of you.
Yeah. Well, we get kind of loud.
Yeah, just every once in a while.
I can't believe you hit that, man.
Yeah. Well, if you wouldn't get so far in front of my healing,
dude, come on.
No. But no, we talk a lot, and they asked. They're big supporters of the podcast. They really enjoy listening and
those
stuff.
Guys are awesome,
and we appreciate those guys. And
for sure,
one of the things that they have asked is, of course, Sprite's brother is part of that, and they asked that I guess they enjoy the triggering of sprites so much that they asked that we have a segment on that. And so episode 9, I thought, hey, what a great time to start a segment.
Soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
The triggering.
A nice staff that comforts me.
So so looking for a topic this week, I don't know. I asked. I know he's a big League fan, and I know that
okay,
that this that I was kind of asked that, or I was kind of actually told. His brother told me, he's like, you mentioned League and it's going to trigger him.
Yeah.
So while mentioning League,
my blood's boiling.
I'm not going to trigger you with League.
Okay, good.
That was just
because I love the lore. The fan base is absolutely abysmal, but the lore is
Rocket
awesome.
League's the same way though. I mean, the Rocket League community is
League. You literally do one thing wrong and they'll wish cancer on your mom.
Wow.
Like, I mean, it's like no joke. Like they will, like I find myself a lot of times, if I've ever played, which I haven't played in months, but when I ever do play, I just mute all.
Yeah,
because it's bad, dude. It's like you literally look at your monitor wrong, and they're like, "What'd you say about me?"
Wow,
I'm like, dude, you are a bundle of like anger, sir. You need to go. First off, you need Jesus. Good night.
Well, I mean, everybody needs a little bit of Jesus. Well, everybody needs a lot of Jesus. That's for sure.
All right, here we go. I'm ready.
As
my body is ready.
As much as we had fun with roasting IGN this last time with their list, I thought, why not look at another list and let's see if I can trigger you with another IGN list. And what better way to do this?
You didn't. No.
What better way to do this than to look at IGN's top? Because, it's... I mean, we didn't record it on Star Wars Day, but it's Star Wars week. And for those, right before I do this, because I'm trying to, drag it out a little bit, go check out Aspire. I think it's is it Aspire? I don't remember. I think it's Aspire. They have a wonderful sale going on in the eShop right now for Star Wars games. Go check out those. Go get all of them.
God, I
mean, then you can throw Wookiees like sprites.
Yeah. Hey, Wookiee throwing champion.
But, I mean...
2019.
This triggered me, and it's taken me all day. I found it this morning. It's triggered me. It's taken all day long and lots of prayer to get over this list. And as soon as I see it again... Yeah, when I scroll down, it's going to hurt.
Oh,
and so I thought, the Star Wars week. So let's look at IGN's top, I think it's 11, 12 maybe. Let's look at
I'm already triggered.
Let's look at their
Why is it not 10?
Why? So let's look at their order of Star Wars movies.
Oh. No. Okay.
So I'm gonna go through the list and I want to watch his face. I can't wait till we have video. So their number 1 movie, The Empire Strikes Back. I will absolutely agree with that.
I was about to say, yeah.
2, A New Hope. 3, Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
4, The Last Jedi.
What?
The Last Jedi is top.
The Last
4?
Jedi?
4.
What are they going based off of? Like, they going based off of, like, is there any...
I mean, I think what they did is they picked the original trilogy. I say the original trilogy, not the prequel trilogy. The original trilogy that came out, and then they went, "Oh, let's just randomly pick garbage."
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, the one that Ryan Johnson did. Was it Ryan? Is it Ryan? Ryan? Yeah. That was garbage.
What is their scaling on?
Apparently, IGN doesn't know how to scale anything.
What? What is it? What? How?
Okay, so let me finish. Finish.
Okay.
Five is Rogue One.
Rogue One. Okay, it's maybe a little too high, but Rogue One was actually good.
Six is the Force Awakens. 7, Revenge of the Sith. How is The Last Jedi above Revenge of the Sith?
Dude, I don't understand
How
that
is number 8 Solo?
Listen,
Solo should be so low it's not on the list.
Bro, I can't even keep... I'm keeping a buck with you. Solo is a no-no for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never even seen Solo. I haven't even watched it.
So the best part of the movie is the very end.
When the credits roll. It's done.
Right before the credits roll, and you see Darth Maul.
Oh, really?
That is... Spoiler,
cool.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But...
Disclaimer.
I mean, look,
it's been out for a little bit.
If you hadn't seen it, sorry.
Don't.
Yeah,
don't see it. If you haven't seen it, don't see it.
Just look up the very final scene on
I don't... What?
And I'm a little hacked off because they left one of my favorite movies. Now,
How is... Because I know that the prequels got a lot of flack when they first came out.
Well, I mean, there were some characters that were not liked. Jar Jar was not liked.
Dude.
Okay, but come on.
Hey, as a kid growing up on them though, Jar Jar was liked.
Well, okay, I didn't like Jar Jar, but in the second in Attack of the Clones,
part of Sith.
He had a purpose.
Yeah,
At least George Lucas gave him purpose.
He did.
What was the purpose in The Last Jedi? To cater to all the Reylo fans?
Oh my. Dude, I can't even, bro, with all of that, which I'll be honest with you, I don't even like the new actors. Like, that was a huge issue for me as well. It's like, I just don't think that they're great, all that good of actors.
Well, then you got Luke, who's this crotchety old man who doesn't want to,
Yeah, kind of, I don't know. I think that might have also been a little bit of Mark in there, too. You know what I mean? A little bit of because he has a big issue with the newer movies.
Well, he did, but I mean, come on,
he wasn't. He still did them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He still
could
took
have
that
objected
paycheck
from it, but which I know a lot of people had an issue with Phantom Menace, but come on, dude.
I mean, you had Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul in the Phantom Menace.
Oh my goodness, the soundtrack. Oh.
You had one of the best lightsaber fights in the Phantom Menace.
It was sick.
And then you got The Last Jedi, where if you watch that was it Last Jedi?
Oh man,
yeah. It was
Ain't
The
no
Last
fight
Jedi.
scene in The Last Jedi touching.
When The Last Jedi, the last fight
the
scene,
Phantom Menace.
if you watch that slow enough, you'll see the guards going into attack, and they wait on Reylo to catch up.
There's
a whole video on it. There's a whole YouTube video on it about breaking the fight down and looking at how they wait until they turn and then they go in for the attack.
It's just bad.
I mean
it's just bad. It is, and which say what you will. I thoroughly enjoyed the prequels. Right, I would say probably prequels overall of the newer, which this might just sound biased, but I'll keep it a buck. I didn't like any of the newer stuff. Like I didn't like the Force Awakens. So that was okay. Definitely not The Last Jedi. Didn't like Rise of Skywalker was.
So I want to fix this list because Empire Strikes Back, absolutely the best Star Wars movie of all time.
I don't know about A New Hope is good.
I would put New Hope. I would put New Hope at 3, and I would swap Return of the Jedi and New Hope because Return of the Jedi was it was better than New Hope.
Yes, I agree.
The Last Jedi shouldn't even be on the list. I would say. I would bump Revenge of the Sith up to 4.
I would actually I prefer Phantom Menace over the Attack of the Clones.
I agree. The whole love story thing drug out a little longer than it.
Oh, absolutely.
Have. I mean,
and all the stuff with Count Dooku was cool.
Yeah, and I mean,
and the Geonosians. That was pretty cool. Like seeing them being on Geonosia for a while. But
yeah. Well, and the thing is like it, and this is what kills me is they actually left a movie off. So for those diehard Star Wars fans out there that love the Clone Wars, there was a Clone Wars movie that came out prior to the Clone Wars series. Now, was it a prequel movie? Yes, it was a prequel movie. It was still a Star Wars movie. It still came out in that. I mean, if you're gonna put Solo and Rogue One on there,
wait a minute. Yo, are you? Wait, hold up. Where's the? Hold up. Am I mixing these up? I'm trying to. Okay. So you got.
So what we said was Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, and then Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
And then The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and then I would say. Then I would say the Clone Wars movie, and then Rogue One. I mean, well Rogue One was the ending of Rogue One made Rogue One. It really did, and to see Vader come in and just dominate,
Okay, so we got Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, right?
Yeah, New Hope. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you got Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Okay, agreed. I would say Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Right.
Attack of the Clones.
Would we put Attack of the Clones over Rogue One?
Yes.
Because Rogue One is slow, but it was still really good. Like in my opinion, I enjoyed it a lot.
Rogue One was good.
But that's also because it the timeline of it all meshed better because it was actually like in between the movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. I don't know. It's kind of close between that would be one of my closer ones, one of my more difficult ones. So we got Empire at 1, we have Return of the Jedi at 2, we'd have New Hope at 3, we'd have Revenge of the Sith for sure. At 4. That's easily the best of the 3. Phantom Menace, right, and then Attack of the Clones.
Yeah,
Rogue One, right. You would put Rogue One right there too.
I would put, so Rogue One and the Clone Wars movie. So it was where they introduced Ahsoka.
Oh,
there was a movie in the theater. Yes.
Okay.
And so that movie.
What is it called?
It was called the Clone Wars. It was Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
No, it's an actual like.
Yes, it was an hour and 15, an hour and 35-minute movie, something like that. It was essentially their way of starting the Clone Wars kickoff, and it was Obi-Wan and Anakin are on this planet. They send a new Padawan to Obi-Wan. Well, it actually isn't Obi-Wan's, it was Anakin's. And so that's where you first get to meet Ahsoka, and then they split up, and Anakin and Ahsoka go on their first mission together, which is to find Jabba the Hutt's baby.
Okay.
And it had Ventress in it. It had Count Dooku in it.
I'm trying to find it. So it's not an animated movie, right?
It is animated.
Okay, it is animated.
Yes, it is a CGI. It was just like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
See, I would. I mean, and obviously this is your list, so like, I don't know which I couldn't speak either way on it because I don't I never watched
Yeah.
it, but
Well, I mean,
I don't like the animated stuff's always good.
That and Solo. I mean, that and Solo are pretty close. I would choose the Clone Wars a little higher than Solo. Not Solo, Rogue One, just because I enjoyed the entirety of the Clone Wars up until Disney got a hold of it.
And once again, it just comes down to the fact that the cast is still having Anakin, still having Obi-Wan. All of those guys are iconic, and so and
then from
mine would be okay. Empire, Return, New Hope,
Revenge of the Sith.
You got Revenge, then you got Phantom, and then you got the
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. And then I would put Rogue One,
and we can just say Rogue One because, like I said, it's not on the list. I'll put Clone Wars beside it.
I'd say Rogue One,
and then
all Solo,
and then
sadly Solo would have to go on the bottom because I don't know.
It was horrible.
I know. I've never watched it, so
and the only reason I'm going to say that right underneath Rogue One
are we putting Rise of Skywalker above Force Awakens?
No, I think The Force Awakens was better only because of this nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Because it was very neat to see the return of Star Wars.
I think I would have to. Which you're right there for sure. I would probably disagree after the factor has already been played. You know what I mean?
Right.
Looking at it from just like both of them side by side, I would probably say that Rise of Skywalker is maybe a little better, but either way,
I think
they're not.
The movie itself was done better, but I think that
there's a little bit more, like urgency in the movie too.
Yeah, well, and with The Force Awakens, of course they had to introduce the characters, which took a little while. But getting to see Solo, getting to see Chewbacca, the Millennium Falcon,
true, that was awesome.
Then of course we destroyed another Death Star, a Death Planet.
Yeah.
But beyond all of that, for most of the movie, we
agreed that Last Jedi is last.
Yeah, I would even pick Solo over the Last Jedi, to be honest with you.
So we'd go Rogue One, then either the Force. So I would put Rise of Skywalker above Force Awakens. And you would put Force Awakens. But either way, they're like, it's so close that either one of them could be, in my opinion,
we're talking about swapping them on our list. So
we're talking about we're talking about a dirt ball and a dirt pie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're just.
Which one do you want? Do you want to eat gritty sand or do you want to eat mud?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, right.
Or
do you want to eat the one with rocks and fecal matter in it for the Last Jedi?
Yeah, for the Last Jedi. How it got to 4, dude, is literally like I know I haven't really like expressed how much I've been triggered. It's kind of disappointing. It like hurts.
Yeah, IGN's just like I don't know, man.
But that's wild. That is so beyond like what? How? Oh man! Above the revenge, dude. How is Revenge of the Sith so low? How?
Because
you mean it that way, Anakin? Don't do it, Anakin.
Well, and like, why is Rise of Skywalker 11? What did we put it at? Like 9? But still,
I'm still triggered.
Like 9 or 8, but still, ugh.
Dude,
IGN sucks at making lists.
Bro, are you're telling me that the Anakin Obi-Wan fight alone, it did not carry that movie past all the other 3. That fight alone is better than the entirety of the 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's wild.
And so that's the thing.
Don't try it, Anakin.
Top 3, did they get it right? They got the top 3 right. They got the
they're interchangeable.
They got the order out, a little bit. But man, once you get to 4, it just goes to.
You listen. You didn't even make it to the finish line. You tripped beforehand, dude.
Yeah.
You tripped, landed face first.
Oh yeah,
and a cow patty, dude. Like what?
You should have seen the comments. And again, we try to run a family friendly show, so I'm not going to read the comments.
You can't read the comments.
But the Twitter comments were oof.
Oh my goodness. Well, Twitter's toxic, anyways, but.
Well, not since. Well, I mean, it's still toxic, but it's not as bad since.
Not as bad since. Lawn.
Why everything does he touch turn to gold? How? How?
He's got the lawn touch.
I guess
Yeah.
the money. I guess
The
is what it
money.
is.
Yeah.
And
Because he lives
and
in
it,
a tiny house.
and it goes.
He's got a lot of access gold.
And beyond that, I mean, I think he didn't he fire like 75% of the Twitter employees.
I want to say it's either he fired either 80% or kept 80%. It's one of the two.
No, I think he fired 80%.
Yeah, I think he fired like 80%.
Yeah,
And so
because I think there was a picture of him
I
like
saw an interview on it,
toting the kitchen
yesterday
sink, like he was getting rid of everything and the kitchen sink.
in the kitchen sink. He's so dramatic. But no, that which looking at the clock now, I know we need to kind of wrap up. But
for
my
sure.
goodness,
Wow,
that hurts, dude.
Man, I
cannot believe
I can't wait
you
to
were
see.
supposed to be the chosen one, dude. You're doing, dude.
So what they essentially what they did was they said that Disney storytelling is better than George Lucas, and they are wrong. I'm calling it out. IGN, you need to hire us.
What is it? Does it have a Sith? You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join it.
Yeah.
Join them. Sorry, one of the. I
think they joined Disney.
Oh my goodness! You know what they joined?
The dark side.
Adding an additional stint to my heart right now. What they joined? Good night, or a need of one. Ugh. That hurts, man. And I'm not a super huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. It's great. It's phenomenal.
Man.
But I go through phases. But dude, this hurts. It really does.
And now, I don't even watch Star Wars anymore. It's just
I cannot looking at this. I'm like, you mean to tell me
this is what started. This is what started Lizzo and Jack Black,
bro? You mean to tell me that Rey, just Rey existing is better than Anakin fighting Obi-Wan? Dude, Anakin went up, Anakin would hit her with one of those, and she'd be like, "Oh no!"
Oh yeah.
Oh no, your force power's too high. He'd be standing there. Yeah, that's my metachlorians.
Right.
Caca.
Well, it's like. And so the whole time I was watching The Force Awakens, at the very end, they're like, they're going through the struggle. Kylo Ren's got attacking her and Finn, and it's like neither one of them can stop him. And
literally, they had to give him like a pointless but like cool looking lightsaber just to try to redeem anything.
Well, and the thing
he's just whiny throughout the majority of the time.
When the lightsaber leaves the snow, I thought, oh, it's going. Yeah. The whole time I had this build up like Luke is going to show up. They've been looking for Skywalker. Luke is going to show up. And then when the lightsaber went to her hands, it kind of like all the joy and enjoyment that I get out of Star Wars and the decent movie that the Force Awakens was. It was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't but when it went to Rey's hands instead of Luke Skywalker's, I was just like, and then we get to see Luke, the crotchety old man standing on the hill, Then
you kind of related with Anakin a little bit, and Revenge of the Sith, like, maybe
the new path of Star Wars,
maybe,
whiny people.
Maybe taking out the kids wasn't that bad. Joking. Like, going a little too far, but maybe you can kind of relate with Anakin a little bit.
Right. Maybe a little bit.
Hey, let me tell you, the only person to call him master, that one kid, called him master, and he's like,
he triggered him. That's what it was.
Trigger.
That's what he did.
Old Macy Mace, old Macy Mace living rent free in that dude's head. I'm not master anymore. Start mowing down toddlers.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Well, look.
Dude, I'm telling you, I cannot believe that the Revenge. Listen, Revenge is up there. I would even say Revenge is up there close to like I don't know if it's better than No Hope. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's better than No Hope. It's close.
I know.
It's close to me.
I know.
But anyways, guys, I know we do got a jet because we've been kind of going after it a good bit, and my wife's gonna kill me for sure. But
yeah, mine's gonna kill me too.
It is what it is.
But
the
guys,
sacrifices we make.
We appreciate you guys listening, and especially listening to our roasts and complaints, and I hope you enjoy the news from us, and like I said, we try to be as entertaining and as family friendly as we can. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at DragonsW Gaming, and again, like we said earlier, listen on Spotify if you can. It'll help get our numbers up, and our analytics is what we're looking for.
And continue to just spread the word as much as you can. I know I think we've kind of had an influx of people here and there, and we're trying to be diligent and growing this thing.
And very grateful for those that have continued to stick with us.
Absolutely,
through the roasts,
through the Wookiee flinging,
through the theology, through the everything.
Which we probably, to be honest with you, I think we're due for a little bit more of that.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of roasting going on recently. And I think we need to balance it out with a
episode
little bit
8
of
was really good. If you hadn't listened to episode 8, you need to listen to that. So, we get some theology in there.
Absolutely. So
for sure.
But anyways, guys, we thank you so much for listening. And, we'll just ask that y'all continue to support. Be with us every step of the way if you can. We'd really, really appreciate it. I know, this is the whole reason why we do it. We want to be able to give this content to y'all. Maybe y'all can experience and join in some of the laughs that we have and the news that we can bring, and maybe even join some of the debates that we have, And here's the thing as well. I know you agree with this. It's okay to have different views on things,
unless it's IGN's view on Star Wars, and then, garbage.
But, and so you get to looking at this list, and you're like, I don't necessarily agree with all of that. It's like, that's fine, that's cool.
It's okay.
You're not going to hurt my feelings. You might trigger me, but you're not going to hurt my feelings.
If you like the Disney trilogy, more power to you. It's all what you enjoy.
Yeah, if you walk around with fuzzy sandals on all the time, hey. I guess you must love the Disney trilogy. Oh, man.
Intro.
Get the skillet. Get the skillet.
Oh. I need to figure out how to use this fireball animation.
Boom, boom. Anyways, though, guys, we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we will, we always do this. Let's go to the Lord.
Yeah.
So, Father God, thank you so much for this time that we have to be able to record this podcast and have all the listeners tune in with us. God, we hope that we can be a mighty blessing to them in their lives, Lord, whether it's just a brief moment of entertainment for them, whether it's maybe some news that they've been kind of waiting to hear about, and maybe some opinions that might sway them one way or another. You whatever the cause is or the reason that you would have for us to do this here today, Lord, we're thankful for it, and we pray we can answer the call. But God, most importantly, we want to lift up your name and worship and praise. God, all of this is possible because of you. And God, we want to make sure that all of our listeners know that what we say here is in good fun, but it's so vitally important that we maintain this spirit of love, right? And I believe that we have that. And so, Lord, we want to just be able to lift up all of our listeners today. God, we pray for whatever might be, whatever they might be dealing with, whether it's life or whether it's some sort of struggle or you name it, Lord, whatever the case may be. We want to lift up your name, lift up their issues and their problems to you, and we ask that your will be done in their life. Lord, we ask also that if there's one here, a listener that doesn't know who Jesus Christ is, Lord, that you just weigh heavy on their hearts and let them know that they are loved by a Savior that has died for them and all of the mistakes that they've made, and is just asking for them to turn to Him and accept Him. God, we love you, and we thank you so much for Jesus and His holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Peace.
Peace out.